Kevin, wake the fuck up. We're filming a podcast.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back to the NGMI podcast, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new here, welcome to the NGMI podcast.
Yeah.
Please hit that subscribe button. Hit the notifications. You got your hosts here, Scotty, Sire, Kevin Lyons, and Jack Dytrych. All last names, all blood brothers. Here to talk about random crap.
Facts. No printer.
No printer. No cap.
Tree no bark.
No cap. Boom. No cap. Is that even considered a cap? I threw a hat off my head for the audio listeners. Straw hat Luffy.
Straw hat Luffy.
We love that One Piece. We love our anime.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what anime means? We don't need to talk about anime
Animation?
Anime.
Shin?
Anime.
Hey, I got a fun success story.
Ooh, we haven't done that in a while, baby.
Someone who escaped death.
What?
Someone who escaped death.
Who?
So.
Don't say John Wayne Gacy.
Well.
Don't say John
When you
Wayne
were talking
Gacy.
about John Wayne Gacy, it reminded me of a story. My friend was a Boy Scout. Later Eagle Scout. Very high in the ranks. Hard to do, Kevin. And his scout leader was John Wayne Gacy's landscaper when he
You
was
said
a
John
kid.
Wayne Gacy.
I'm going to say his name. He's part of the story.
God damn it.
We can mention him. He's a
Okay.
horrible person. We're not condoning John Wayne Gacy.
He's one of your favorite people.
No.
You told me that earlier today.
No, I said favorite serial killer on a level of
Jack,
interest.
this doesn't look too good for you.
No.
Man loves murderers.
But my friend's Boy Scout leader, as a kid, was John Wayne Gacy's landscaper.
Great.
He was in middle school, and he would help tidy the lawn, mow the lawn, all these things. The lawn that notoriously had other children buried in. So it makes you think,
Jeez.
why did John Wayne Gacy not kill this kid?
Why not?
I don't know.
Maybe he's doing a good job.
Oh, that's the story? You just want us to think about why didn't he kill this kid?
Yeah, it's just a weird thing that he was literally a kid working for a serial killer, mowing the lawn that had other kids buried, and
It's
he
crazy.
was fine.
You couldn't kill your lawnmower,
Yeah.
then your lawn would get
You can find
unkempt.
another one that's an adult if he has a thing for kids.
I can't believe that's one of your favorite serial killers. He killed kids. Jack,
What's
that's
your
fucked
fucking
up.
favorite serial killer?
I don't have any. I don't
Yeah.
like serial
You
killers.
put me on the spot.
Why do you have to have a favorite?
Because he has my favorite. And on the spot, I just said it because he's from near my hometown. So it's the first one that came to mind.
He's your favorite because he's from near your hometown, so he could have killed you if you grew up living in that time period. It sounds
there
like
you go.
Sounds like some logic I'd come
Hey,
up with.
I
like,
think
well,
Jake Weber would have fucking favorite serial killers. He's out there getting Jeffrey Dahmer's glasses. You can call him a freak.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's cool.
Jake
Alright.
Weber's a freak.
Call him up. Tell him.
Cool freak.
Yeah, he's cool.
Nah, you can have favorite serial killers because you like the stories behind it, but you just I hope you don't idolize these people. Because you seem like the kind of guy who
fucking
would
don't.
idolize a serial killer, Jack.
No,
I'm gonna
they're
keep an eye
horrible.
on you, Jack.
I hate serial killers. I went to the Museum of Death one time and I had a horrible time. I didn't like it.
Really? I went to the Museum of Death one time, and yeah, it creeped me out. There's not too much to it. There's like
It's just-
articles of like newspapers.
A lot of
and
it's like
stuff.
gore.
Mm-hmm. Like people,
But then it'd be like, ooh, a drawing that.
people do some
a
fucked
killer
up
did.
shit, and it's so weird what drives people to do that fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're like the far like society's fucked up, so I'm gonna be more fucked up sort of thing. It's like
Yeah.
there's so many rules. I want to be anarchic. I'm not allowed to murder. No one can tell me what to do. I'm gonna murder.
Yeah,
You
there's
know
so
what?
many like different things that like drive them.
Yeah, but that's the question. What are those things?
Yeah.
And
Do you
that's what we're
think-
trying to explain.
Do you think if murder was legal, more people would murder?
Yeah.
So you think
if it
you
was
think it's the
legal?
law that's holding people back from killing people?
Yeah.
You don't think it's
I
the
think-
like internal
I think some
of a
people,
person
like,
being like, I can't kill someone. That's so fucked up.
I think that the law definitely holds back some people
Some
from doing
people.
it because of the idea of a repercussion.
Right.
Same reason that some highly religious people won't do bad things simply because they think they have a fear of God, whereas other people that are not highly religious just base it off of their moral standards or whatever they think is right and wrong, and also the law. I think that, you know, there's all these sort of systems in place to stop people from doing things that are bad as we see bad, you know, as the world sees bad.
A little scary to think about, though, isn't it? That if
Yeah.
killing was legal, how many more people would do it, and how many
Oh, yeah.
people have the ability to do that?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
you think
fucked
about
up.
getting into a bar fight, like you're fucking pissed, right? Or like some guy sleeps with your girlfriend and you're like, I'm fucking mad, I want to kill this guy. Like, some people, the only thing holding them back is the idea that, like, if I don't cool my jets right now,
Yeah.
I'm going to prison.
And especially like in the heat of the moment, like it doesn't matter like what's going on, you know?
That's scary.
It is
Yeah.
scary. It is. That's a scary thing to think about. Like,
I feel so bad killing someone.
yeah.
I'd be like, I can't kill that person. I'm taking away their life.
Right.
That
But
sucks.
would you feel guilty if you were to kill someone? Would you feel like, for a good reason, like you really fucking hate this person? If you killed them, would you feel guilty because you killed them, or would you feel guilty because you're like, ooh, I gotta hide this for the rest of my life. I'm gonna go to jail if I get caught.
Well, you said if it's for a good reason.
Yeah. Would you still?
So
feel
I wouldn't go to jail if it was like self-defense or
No,
something.
no.
No.
If you had like a good reason to hate them, not like a self-defense murderer, or not
okay.
like a self-defense kill, but like if you had a good reason to really hate this person and you just decided to kill them, not legally.
I don't think I could.
Yeah.
But if you did,
Okay.
would it be the guilt of taking that person's life, or would it be the guilt of like having to hide it and knowing that like if you get caught, you're gonna go to jail, prison, whatever?
I think a little bit both, but more so the guilt of killing
Yeah.
someone and taking their life.
like all the people that they leave behind and everything.
That's such a
Yeah.
heavy weight to hold.
But if you absolutely hated this person and you wanted them dead,
Even still though. You feel
Yeah.
bad for like the people that are around them, like that do.
I was just thinking about what if they could change.
would you feel bad if someone else killed them? Not like you didn't ask them; they just happened to get killed.
Ooh.
Um,
Or would you be like, oh,
Depends
I'm
on
glad
the
that person's off the
circumstance.
planet?
I don't think I'd say I'm glad that guy's off the planet. But
yeah,
like,
it's hard
you're
to
not-
think because I don't hate anyone
You're
to
not
that
thinking
level.
outside the box to the level of like if you really fucking hated this person, if you'd be like
Probably
happy.
if someone else did it and I like really hated them, I'd probably be okay with it. Like you're talking about someone that like I would have to like really hate them.
Yeah, like when Saddam Hussein died.
Didn't feel
I
bad.
see how you're kind of putting it. Yeah.
Did you feel bad
No,
that his life was taken?
no.
A lot of people die all the time, and like you don't even think about it.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
die every day, millions.
I read this one story. I read it one time. And it was about a guy who, when he was a kid, someone was like breaking into his house, and he took his parents' gun or something and locked himself in the bathroom. And the guy kept trying to like break in, and he
Mhm.
said he thinks he was like a drug addict, like he was trying to get in and look for drugs and stuff. He kept pounding on the door, and the kid was like, "Don't come in! I have a gun! I have a gun!" And like he called the cops, and he busted in, and the kid had to shoot him. But
Uh-huh.
he's like, it's like 40 years later, and I still have like nightmares every night. I still feel like so bad. I wish there was like anything else I could do, even though I know there wasn't. And he's
Yeah.
like, it
Damn.
like ruined my life.
Yeah, the idea of killing someone is like it's absolutely scary, and I think for myself too, like I would not be able to live with the guilt of like.
No.
I mean, if I had to, if I was like enlisted to go to war and I was like fighting for my life, and it was like my life or the other person's, I would hope that I'd be able to get over it. But I know that like that's a huge thing, is like PTSD from like
Oh yeah.
seeing violence, seeing your friends die, and also seeing your enemies die, like that you shot. You know, like
Yeah.
that's something that lives with people forever, and that's really shitty. The idea that like, and it's not illegal for you to do that when you're self-defense, and also you're doing your job for your country or whatever, but you're still gonna like have that in your heart forever, for the rest of your
You
life.
live with that
Yeah.
forever. Yeah.
Pretty
So-
crazy that you can enlist in the military, but you can't drink
at 18.
at 18.
'Cause-
Yeah, if you enlist in the military, you're not allowed to drink ever. No, but at 18, isn't that wild?
Yeah.
You could have been fighting in wars for the past 2 years, and you're still not
Jesus.
able to
I don't
drink
know.
your fireball
If
legally.
he enlisted at 18, I don't think he'd be in wars for 2 years at 20. I think he would have had to go through the boot camp first.
You might be able to enlist when you're 17.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. A year and a half.
Here we go.
We
talking
don't know
all-
shit. Yeah.
Talking about all of the shit we don't have any clue about. Someone educate us, please. We need some education.
Dude, remember when you could smoke cigarettes at 18? And that just like
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still forget that it's 21
I remember when I
now.
first moved here is when it changed. And I was like, that's so weird.
It is
They
weird.
just like added 3 years onto that. So like someone who's been smoking legally, who's 19, they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt when I used to play rated M video games when I was like 12 years old, and my dad started dating my stepmom, and she was like, "You can't let them play these games. They're so violent. They're gory." And I was like, "You just gonna walk into my life and fucking ruin it?" I don't get to
You
play.
can't take this away now. I need it.
I don't get to play Duke Nukem or Doom anymore.
What are your thoughts on, like, what age do you think, like, say you had a child, a kid, and
Say you like a child?
say you had
I will not
a
say
child.
that. Say I had a child. Okay.
Yeah. In the future, you have a child,
Yes.
your
In the
son
fu-
or
okay.
daughter, whatever.
I hope so.
And they want to
one
play
day.
video games or watch a movie.
Yeah.
What age do you think they should be able to play video games or see R movies or something?
I think that really depends on the movie or the game. There's certain movies that are rated R that I'm like, all right, there's certain parts where I'm going to be like, I might
Right.
fast forward that part, and
Right.
but I like the message of this movie, and I'd let my like 13-year-old watch it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'd say probably like 15. A rated R movie is like everything that they're going to see and hear in high school anyway.
Especially if they have a phone.
I'd say
Yeah.
16.
Is when you
16?
let them see an R movie?
Yeah.
Damn.
I-
Pretty strict you're going to be.
I honestly feel like it could be even like a little bit younger, and that's it's
That's kind of what I think.
PG-13 is like parental guidance suggested,
Yeah.
right? And that's like they'll drop.
Wait, is that what that stands for?
Yeah.
Damn.
And, like-
what do you know?
I'm sure that when I'm a parent, like I'm not gonna be like dropping F-bombs and cursing all the time, but like PG-13, they have like shit like once or twice in the movie. They don't.
Yeah.
I think you're allowed to drop the F-bomb once in a PG-13 movie, but if you do it more than that, then it goes up to R because it's like considered too crude. And then R sometimes has like nudity.
Right.
It's like, I think 13, you're probably going to have that birds and the bees talk. They're going to be talking about this stuff in high school.
That's true.
And I mean, middle school.
What about video games?
Video
like-
games?
Call of Duty, for example, where you're like going in and shooting people.
No, that one like younger for sure. Like
That when you think younger?
So you think 16 to see an R-rated movie, but Warzone,
I don't watch
you're
a lot of movies.
Fucking send them in at 8 years old.
I don't
13.
Okay.
I don't necessarily love the culture of like the gaming culture of the shooting games for like young kids, to be honest.
I think that's my thing. Is I think if it's like an M story game or something that's solo player or like playing with your friends or something, but the open games like Warzone or Fortnite where you can talk to like anyone.
Oh, that's true.
I feel like
And then I feel like kids or people will specifically fuck with kids.
Yes.
well,
And then they're like,
and,
"Oh, you sound like you're 8 years old."
and the kids fuck with you right back, and that's where they learn their like
Right.
shitty
Yeah.
shit mouths, you
Okay,
know.
maybe
like,
you're right.
So, yeah.
I think that the online multiplayer sort of, R-rated, M-rated games, I think I would like to shelter my kids from that a little bit longer
right.
than the movies. But at this point with social media and the way things are consumed, I think that kids are going to get into whatever they're going to get into, like no matter what. Like
Yeah.
you can put like parental controls on your computer, but I think past like 13, it's like they're not adults, but they're going to get all of this information from other people
figure it out.
unless you give it to them sooner. It's almost like the
Yeah.
same with like sex education and education about, not being a fucking homophobe and stuff like that. When they're growing up, they need to hear it from you first instead of like them getting information. Not that like, some parents have it wrong, they might have the wrong viewpoints. So I just think that like you getting ahead of them formulating all these like negative opinions from like strangers on the internet or something like that, you're better off like
like talking to them ahead of time, make it like constructive instead of like letting them hear it like raw without anything,
Yeah.
Like for example, like if I have a daughter, she's gonna get a period at some point in her life, and like you never know exactly when that's gonna come, but I would like my wife, or if I'm not married at that point, but the woman who has my baby, Jack, it's got to be you, not you, other Jack,
Yeah.
to kind of forewarn her about that
Right.
situation, so that when it happens, she's not like, what's going on, or
Yeah.
That's true.
like,
US specifically, I think in Europe it's way more open, but I feel like sex related stuff or stuff like period or anything like that seems so like taboo or something like you don't want to talk about with your kids and stuff, where I feel like in Europe they're like, fuck it, here's a nude beach, and they desensitize it to where it is more normal, where it kind of has a better effect, where hiding it and stuff makes it worse.
The same thing in like Europe, where it's like a lower drinking age, there's less like alcoholics like later on, right?
Yeah, because they look at it as like, it's like a little social thing. I mean, I think there's still quite a few alcoholics. You know, you look at Ireland out there.
Well, they're special. They're special.
I was actually talking talking with Jay about this recently. Monogamy and like sex and stuff like that. It used to be so much more important to be monogamous and in a marriage.
Oh yeah.
Because back in the day, there wasn't cures for diseases like syphilis and chlamydia and stuff like that, and like syphilis will kill you.
Do you think that's more of the reason, like why it's less popular today?
It's not more of the reason, but you can have sex with more people and get an STD and cure it, versus like these philosophers back in the day who used to be the big popular guys out there who are slanging their dicks around,
right? And
contracting STDs, and then like a few years down the line, like there's no cure for it and they're dead.
Right.
Now, I don't know. Sex is taboo, and I still think like limiting your partners is great. Like, don't go around being all this and that with everybody, because that's just not cool. But at the same time, you can't knock anyone for it. Like, if you're two consenting adults and you have sex, like, whatever. Some people do it casually and you move on to the next person, and some people only do it when they're in a serious relationship, and that's just personal preference. And
I think both sides, like, whatever you want to do at that point in your life,
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing about parenting is, like, in my opinion, is good communication with your kids.
Yeah.
It's just like always giving them the knowledge that you have, to give them the tools they have to live their life like the right way.
Damn, Scott.
Yeah.
Damn, that wasn't that deep. So
that was a good message.
I feel like a lot of parents will just be like, hide stuff or don't want to talk about things, and I think that has a worse effect than just talking about it.
Yeah, because like Scott said, like they'll find a way to figure out, or they'll hear it somewhere else, and then
especially if they have a smartphone,
they don't have the forewarning or the context of like any parenting or anything. So yeah.
And there's also the controlled environment that you can create as a parent. Like, I always think about the first time I smoked weed. I think we might have talked about it when my mom was here, but like, I was like, I really want to try smoking weed, and she's like, okay, that's fine, just smoke it here, and we'll make sure you're safe, and like, blah blah blah. And so I smoked weed in the garage, and then she made us snacks and was like, so what did you think? And it was like, I wasn't super into it, but I got to experience that opportunity, and it wasn't something that I had to sneak around and hide.
Right.
And it's much with like, not to get too political or about this topic, but like the Roe v. Wade being overturned is terrible, because
it's huge right now. Yeah.
It's much better to have the option to do it safely than to say this is illegal, and people are going to go find ways to do it unsafely.
There's a quote that getting rid of abortions isn't going to lessen the amount of abortions, it's going to lessen the amount of safe abortions.
Exactly. So. And I think that is something to be said for a lot of different things other than just abortions.
Yeah.
And other than that, it's just like, it's not anyone's right but the person who has it in them to decide what they want to do with their body, in my opinion. So,
you want kids?
I think I want kids at some point in my life.
I think you'd be a good dad, Scott.
I think I'd be a good good parent. I like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm kind of that right. Kevin?
Boys or girls?
Boys or girls?
Like, which one would you want? Preferably.
Whatever.
Right?
I'm gonna want at least one son.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, at least one.
How many kids do you want?
I don't know. Like 1 maybe.
2. And one's tough. You want them to be lonely? Every kid I knew that was a solo kid was like, fuck, I wish I had a sibling.
Just one?
All right, 2.
Yeah, 2. Yeah.
But also, like, I say at least one son, and the reason, like people are like, sons are easier and stuff like that. I think I would love my daughter more. And I think it would
I think dads love their daughter. It
would be harder for me to like let go of them as a child and watch them like grow up and like stuff like that than like the son. I'd be like, I was a boy, so I know how like this works. I don't know. It's an interesting situation. I would love to have a daughter. I'd love to have a son. I can't tell what would be like easier or harder or more fun to raise. That seems like a
Probably both have their
weird wording for it, but
challenges and whatnot. But I'm sure both.
I think it's
both
like
are fine.
the individual person too.
Right.
like the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
It's not all on the gender.
right.
Yeah.
No, of course they're all.
Yeah.
Everybody's different, and there's nature versus nurture as well. Like, is it going to be, you can kind of mold them with the way that you nurture them, but they also are just going to come out the way they come out
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So
There's only like so much parenting you can do. They just kind of come how they do, and they grow into like their own world.
yeah, but you got to say that like you're probably heavily affected by the environment that you grew up in. Who your other brothers and brothers were. You didn't have any sisters.
Right.
No sister.
That's the other thing I think about. Like if I had a daughter and a son, or two daughters and a son, or two sons and a daughter.
Yeah.
I was raised with just all boys. My mom had all boys. So
Yeah.
I growing up, like when I was in high school and stuff, I was like, I really wish that like I had at least one sister. So I just kind of knew how to interact with the female more,
Right.
because it like made
Yeah.
it harder for me to like
Definitely.
talking to girls is hard. Cause like I wasn't used to it other than my mom, like better at it now. I can like look at a girl and be like, that's another human being. But like, because that's something that is really bad for like a lot of boys can't look at a girl at a young age and be like friends, and once they get past that like that puberty stage, it's like
Right.
a girl is the other one that I have to romanticize, versus being just another person,
Yeah.
and I think it's really important to, as a parent, also to teach your sons that girls are human beings as well.
Right.
They're not lesser
Right.
than you in any way, or like just for getting into a relationship with or whatever.
Yeah, everyone's kind of all equal, and you can hang out and talk to anyone.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that was like something for me when I was growing up. I was like, I looked at girls like scared. Like I was like,
Definitely.
what if they like me? I like them.
Right.
like,
Yeah.
And I think having a little bit of balance in my siblings.
Probably be good to have like at least a boy and a girl.
Yeah, but you don't get to choose.
No.
Unless you do. Some people can choose.
How so?
Oh, there's actually like
IVF and stuff.
You can like choose.
IBF. What is it?
I don't know what it's called.
I don't know if that's what it is. But if you some people can like take the sperm and the egg and put them together and like pick and choose
Kinda
what they
weird.
want, and they can even pick like eye colors and all this stuff.
What?
It's so interesting that you can actually like, it's almost like a computer simulation where you can like pick like what your kid is going to look like, because they can like go through
You're like,
That's
jock,
crazy.
yeah. you can't go that far.
it's insane.
But I think like hair color, eyes, certain like
Wow.
traits that are recessive or what, I don't know.
yeah, that's the intense version of it. Other than that, like if you're getting a sperm donor, then you just find someone you're like, oh, I want to get that guy's genes in the baby.
But then I think too, if someone, I don't know, I'm not like a scientist, so I could be butchering this, but you can like extract your eggs and like freeze your eggs and stuff, and I think you're able to tell from that whether it's a boy or girl and stuff.
Oh.
So I think then you can pick too. But it is weird. I wouldn't want to pick
No, I feel
like hair
that's,
color, eye
that's
color.
kinda weird.
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to do that. I would
Feels
just
weird.
want it to, I will want my kid to come out the way my kid's going to come out,
Yeah.
Love them no matter what.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the way you got to do it.
What if they're a serial killer?
I mean, you got to love them no matter what, right? unless they kill the rest of my family.
Yeah.
The
Right.
serial killer, and they're like, oh, I'm going to kill my brothers and sisters. And
Yeah, then you're like, come on.
Jimmy, you're better than that.
I
on,
don't
buddy.
know if I'm really like in love with you anymore, my child. Have you guys seen Yellowstone at all?
No. Heard it's good.
I've gotten so into that show. I drank a Celsius like late at night to get a workout yesterday, and I couldn't sleep. Jack and I have been crushing episodes of Yellowstone.
Cool.
We watched like,
What's it on?
it's on Amazon Prime. You have to buy it on there, but if you have Peacock, it's free on Peacock.
Isn't Peacock free?
I think you have to pay a monthly subscription. It's like all those other things.
No, I think Peacock's the free streaming service.
Well, I have Peacock, but I didn't realize it was on Peacock until I bought the first 2 seasons on Amazon. And I think you have to pay for Peacock. Maybe you get like the first month free or something like that. But I saw some meme. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I feel like I mentioned things to other people, and then when I come on the podcast, I'm like, did I mention this before or not? But
Right.
like, I saw some meme that was like, they should get like all these streaming apps together: Netflix, Peacock, Hulu, Amazon. Put it all together and call it cable.
Yeah. They really fucked us with that. We had cable.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, no, we're going to make our own money. And then you have to subscribe for every fucking individual one.
And I mean, the good thing about it is that it's all on demand. You
Right.
know, you can watch it whenever you want. Unless
Yeah.
they're releasing episodes 1 week at a time, which makes me
Yeah.
lose interest in those shows
yeah.
now because everything is so immediate. This whole world is so immediate. Have you guys seen all the stuff about labels and musicians being forced to make TikToks for their songs?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Like, I saw it yesterday. It was like Halsey posted something, Charlie XCX, Florence and the Machine.
So
Like,
they'd be like forced to like make and promote their albums.
they're just like,
You
they were
have
kind of
to.
like very self-aware, like meta TikToks. These ones were that were like, when your label wants you to make a viral moment on TikTok to release your song, like, I just want to release my song, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and it's something that's really funny because like when I first signed with my label, I was like, should I do one of those things where I'm like, my label won't let me release this song, and they were like, no, don't do that because that's not true.
They're like, don't post.
Yeah. No, I mean, they would love for me to post my songs on TikTok. I just can't figure out what to do
With the songs.
with those songs to make a viral moment.
Yeah, it's
And-
tough.
And I follow Olivia O'Brien on TikTok. I mean, I follow Olivia O'Brien on Instagram, and she posts a lot about how like TikTok is like kind of ruining music for her. Bruce Wegner, who I write with all the time, like hates the idea that you have to write with TikTok in mind. Like,
Oh yeah.
it really does
Yeah.
suck that like you can write a beautiful song that just doesn't fit into the TikTok algorithm.
It's not gonna pick up right now.
Like
or at least not as much.
the song that did the best on my album was Super Average, and it's because, and I knew it was going to do the best because I included this Tom Holland references and like Captain America and Marvel references, and I knew it would do well because it had all those references and it really like fit into the TikTok like algorithm. That's what all the kids were into at that
Right.
time.
Yeah.
And it sucks that you can't just write a beautiful song and just hope, you know, that it does well. Or there's like the industry changes all the time, and the way that you promote things changes all the time. And like people used to be recording music on tapes, you know, like have you seen Bohemian Rhapsody, the Queen movie?
Yeah.
They went in there, they recorded their songs, and then it's all about record sales, actual like album sales and CDs or vinyls or whatever it is. Now it's all about streams.
Yeah.
Everything's digital. It's all on the phone. Like, so you want to get the promotion directly from TikTok.
Well, because TikTok's the biggest promotion right now for like all those songs.
You have a chance to go viral for anything. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, you're seeing so many stars like pop up,
Tons.
especially like, you know, sometimes it doesn't translate to every platform, but TikTok stars there's hundreds of thousands of them with over 1 million followers
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's
Such a huge platform.
huge platform. And like it ranges from like across the world, people who don't speak the same language, you know, India, Indonesia, China, Korea, like everybody has this app, and like music is universal in that way. So like that is where you're going to get your biggest promotion. Like I
Yeah.
can post an Instagram story and say, just released a new song. Hope you guys check it out. I get 100,000 views, 10,000 people check it out, or 5,000 people check it out. It doesn't matter. TikTok is like, all right, they hear the song. They're going to go check it out if they really like it. Then we're going to maybe make a video with it. Like if it goes viral, then like,
Yeah.
boom, you blow up with your song. But
Yeah.
like, it's just, it's not the same as it was.
No, and I mean you can make like you said like
That was a
You
Harry
can-
Styles reference.
oh.
Fucking idiot.
Like you said, you can make like a nice like beautiful song and it can pick up today, but like you said, like you have to think with like TikTok in mind because it's the biggest platform and that's what's gonna get like the most attention.
Yeah, I saw there's this video and it's talking about TikTok is helping music in a certain way of getting more numbers and stuff, but it's there's a bigger gap and bigger disconnect between actual fans now.
Oh yeah.
Because someone like, and this was the example in the video, so I'm just using this person, no shade to this person, but 24K Golden, you know him, the rapper?
Yeah.
And he has like hundreds of millions of monthly listeners on Spotify and like songs that have billions of streams and stuff. And he just did a tour and they were at like 300 cap venues, and not a single one sold out. And it's just this crazy thing that someone who like on paper has so many streams, some of like the biggest hit songs of the past few years, but selling at a show is like at a 300 cap venue is like so hard because you get these streams and there's still no fans to actually like ride with that artist.
Right.
Yeah, the translation from streams to shows it's ridiculously hard right now. And I've sold out 2,200 cap room in Australia, which is like my primary audience is America, and like 1,900 caps and 1,200 caps, and I did all that. And then most recently I did like a test tour of like 250 cap and a 400 cap room. And the 400 cap room I closed off the balcony, so it ended up being like a 300 cap room. It looked full, but it was not sold out either.
Right.
And the 250 cap rooms were like full, but they weren't sold out either. You know, there was like a few tickets left over.
Yeah.
And it was 3 shows in my like key markets. I did like Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles. And I was like, it's just not there right now. Yeah. And also people were like deprived of shows for a long time. So they're saving up for Ariana Grande, Harry Styles. They're like, I want to go see like these people. And I do have the people that would like to come see me on tour, do shows as well. But it's just not, it's not the same. Those like numbers
as it
was. Those numbers from streams. Is that another
Harry Styles reference?
Same Harry Styles reference.
Oh. I don't know. It's an interesting world to navigate, music and other things, and we're all just in this world trying to figure out how to navigate.
Just trying. Hey,
trying to figure out how to make it. We're gonna do some facts now.
Yeah, I got some unfun facts.
Oh, more unfun facts.
We love it. Love to see it.
Tell me if I don't get enough sleep, I'm gonna die, and I'll kill you.
Yeah, I do have one. Maybe I'll save it towards the end. That I'm scared to tell Scott because I don't want to actually cause him more harm in his life and trigger him.
I think you're hyping it up so much. I just want to hear it now. I don't want to like think about how you're gonna tell me something.
Episode might end after this one.
All right. Well, we're doing more unfun facts after this, so chill out. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. By the way, I asked Scott. I was like, it's a sleep-related unfun fact. I don't want to trigger anything or cause any problems. I won't say it if it's actually a problem. So he gave me permission to say it.
Yeah, the neck one did give him problems.
Yeah, it gave him problems. So I don't want to actually cause you harm.
So to preface this, I don't sleep very well a lot of the time. This week, I slept pretty well. And
Scott has a lot of anxieties about things.
Yes, general anxiety. I started taking Prozac recently. I'm on day 6. I've been sleeping better, not drinking. Couple beers here and there, maybe a glass of wine. And last night, I didn't sleep well because I had caffeine before I went to sleep.
There is a rare and fatal condition in which the brain progressively destroys one's ability to sleep. It's called fatal familial insomnia. The condition is incurable. Eventually, you stop sleeping altogether, lose your cognitive faculties, experience tremors and various other symptoms, and die.
Extremely rare. Let's look at the bright side of that one.
Yeah,
extremely rare.
Are you feeling okay?
I feel all right. It's
okay.
Like that's a first edition Charizard type of unfun fact.
Okay.
You know, those are hard to come by.
It's a sleep condition.
My head kind of hurts now.
I just don't want to give you anxiety about it to where you start thinking about it to where you stop sleeping because you're worried about it, and then you give it to yourself. You know, maybe me explaining that just made it worse.
Yeah, you always tend to do that. You always tend to make things a little bit worse.
The last episode, he's like, no, don't look it up. And you're like, hold on, let me see.
I was like, I'm just going to glaze over whatever he reads and like, we'll move on to the next one. He's like, I just don't want you to like think about how like this disease is out there and it makes you have more insomnia so you don't sleep as much because you get scared thinking about this fact so that it actually becomes a true thing. Because the mind is so powerful that it could actually become a true thing for you and you could actually die. Even though it's a rare disease, that's not saying that it couldn't happen to you, Scott.
Yeah,
like you're literally like,
but don't think about it like that. Like you'll be fine.
Don't think about it like that, though. You fucking asshole.
He knows what he's doing.
I also I have a twitching eye from sleep deprivation and drinking too much caffeine.
Now Scott's been on this the whole time.
And I self-diagnosed myself. It's a common cause of eyelid twitching is ocular myokemia. This is benign and does not lead to other problems. Ocular myokemia can be caused by being tired, having too much caffeine, or stress. I have all 3 of those things: tiredness, too much caffeine, and stress. You know what stresses me out? This fucking podcast. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Next unfun fact. Only 1 in every 1,000 sea turtles born make it to adulthood.
Cool.
Yeah.
So when people go on the beach, save the baby turtles, basically does nothing. If you want to help the adult turtles.
Dude, you know the Sidemen? And KSI and Rhoda Shaw and those guys? I watched a compilation of Rhoda Shaw's like funniest moments, and he's fucking hilarious. Like one of the things that he was talking about, like they were like talking about turtles, and he's like, "Bro, what do fucking turtles do for us? You know, like we kill so many fucking animals. Everyone's worried about the turtles."
That's true.
He's like, we kill so many animals. I'm getting his accent completely fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
but he's funny.
Cool.
What is hell?
Hell yeah. But yeah, saving baby turtles doesn't do much because only one in 1,000 makes it. So
That's pretty crazy, though. I know there's a lot of baby turtles when they lay eggs, but
Yeah.
1 in 1,000.
1 in 1,000 that's a sad number there.
Yeah.
That's like,
That's
know.
what, a 0.1%?
Yeah.
Correct.
That's like if mom was a turtle and we were turtles,
We wouldn't have too much of a good chance.
none of us would have been alive probably.
0.4% chance.
Damn.
1 out of 3. I think it'd be
4.
like, but 1 out of 1,000, you have a 0.1% chance. So if there's only 4 of you in that 1,000, out of your 4, you probably have a 0.0000001.
Oh, that's true.
Right?
Something
Yeah, I don't
0.
know math.
Yeah, we're
too
not
much.
math heads. All right. Cockroaches are often ground with large batches of coffee. So if you're drinking coffee, you got some cockroaches in
I
there.
don't like that fact.
No?
I might
They're
be
not
thinking
called
about-
fun facts, Kevin.
I might be thinking about that one.
Yo, I drank Cremota coffee this morning, and you're saying there might have been some cockroach in it?
Could be.
Zane and Heath, I'm going to need my money back for that Tahitian vanilla and that cinnamon toast crunch I ordered.
And then to tail end the cockroach facts, cockroaches have been recorded eating human flesh, both living and dead, as well as fingernails, eyelashes, feet, and hands. They get the munchies.
They smoke weed.
If you give cockroach some weed, he might eat your skin.
Dude, if you got a cockroach infection, if you got a cockroach infest, oh my God, if you got a cockroach infestation in your house, you better not be smoking weed because you get the munchies, they get the munchies, and they munch on human flesh.
I didn't think that cockroaches like ate or like didn't.
Hey, bro, they said it's been recorded that they do. Someone recorded that. Cockroaches suck, dude.
Yeah.
They're disgusting.
But they will survive a nuclear holocaust, though.
Yeah, not my foot though. You can fucking crunch one. They're just not going to die from radiation.
They survive crunches.
Some of them do, yeah.
Those guys are powerful.
They can, but if you fucking put a towel on and stomp that
they're
shit,
not surviving from Jack.
you can smash it. They're not like industrial. They just don't have
Made
the
of steel.
Whatever, man. You're just gonna jujitsu triangle choke a fucking cockroach.
Rear naked choke. All right, this one's kind of fun to be in the unfun section, but
Okay.
I'll include it.
You like a little fun.
There's a planet where it rains molten glass horizontally at around 4,500 miles per hour.
Horizontally, so like goes like this. In the
Glass
sky,
going sideways, bro. 4,500 miles per hour.
That reminds me of like a
Slice you
fucking
up.
like you're going through like a booby trapped thing and they shoot out you're like
Yeah.
trying to like dodge it all.
That's crazy.
Probably can't dodge this.
If you can dodge the glass on this planet, you can dodge a ball.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
This one's a little long one, so buckle up.
Oh no, I don't have a seatbelt on this chair.
Touching an AM radio broadcast tower like a needle at the top will kill you, and not only will it kill you, but it will hurt the entire time you're dying. Number 1, the voltage is so high that your hands would instantly clamp onto whatever charged part of the tower you touched. Then, because it's oscillating at a frequency your cells can't feel, you wouldn't be able to feel yourself being electrocuted until it starts to heat up your body from the current. And you'd also be able to hear your body acting as a speaker, where you'd literally be able to hear whatever was on the particular station as you die.
Jeez.
Sounds
Dude,
like a
clamped
terrible
on.
way to go.
Dying.
It sounds
And it's
kind of cool too, though.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
add that to my list of ways I don't want to die.
Yeah. And as you're clamped in, it's being like, Welcome back to AM radio coming out of your fucking eyeballs.
That's kind of cool, though.
It's like, good morning, Vietnam.
Go back to last episode. But yeah, that would suck, huh?
Yeah,
That does suck.
Don't go touching the AM.
I don't like
FM
the-
towers, you're good.
I don't like the... Oh, is that really?
Yeah, they're different.
They're different frequencies,
Okay.
I guess, or what?
The cockroach one I don't like.
You're still hung up on the coffee
Yeah.
cockroach?
I
or
don't
the
think
skin?
I'm ever going to be
The
touching the
coffee.
top of an AM tower, so like that one doesn't
Yeah.
bother me too much.
You never know. Now you know.
Unless I go fucking parasailing.
Yeah, you parachute and you have to grab on
Yeah.
to live.
Well,
But
to
then you
live. And then
So
die.
you think, but then you don't risk it.
I hope this thing's up. I hope this thing's up.
I hope it's FM.
This one's nasty. Tapeworms can grow up to 32 feet inside of you
Been new.
and eat half of what you eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
32 feet, though?
common knowledge.
You know, some people do that. Some
I
people
know.
eat a tapeworm.
I saw it on 1,000 Ways to
help them
Die.
Diet. Yeah.
Someone, you eat a tapeworm and it eats half your food.
And then you get it removed, and then you're like, well, I'm skinny now.
If you're doing that over calorie deficit, extra cardio, like
or even just getting
fuck-
fucking
fuck off.
liposuction.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the sketchiest shit I've ever heard. If you're willing to be like,
Eating
yeah, I'm
the
gonna
worm.
eat this worm that's gonna eat food from inside me.
I would,
Get outta here.
I
That's
would-
smart.
Yeah. I think I saw that in an episode of like Grey's Anatomy or House or something one time. Like someone
Yeah.
had done that.
This one's not so much unfun as sad. The Curiosity Rover. That's the rover that's on Mars. He's already crying. Sings happy birthday to itself every year.
Yeah.
Probably the loneliest birthday in the solar system.
This guy really likes space.
I feel for the lonely people out there and the lonely rovers. Damn.
He's just rolling around.
Didn't the Curiosity
he's like
Rover go
Wall-E.
offline recently?
Go offline?
Yeah. I don't know.
Was he
One of
taking a
the
break
rovers.
from social media?
He's like,
Oh, he's got the tears coming now. Okay.
I do have the tears going, man. I mean, I feel for, people.
He's
Sometimes
like Wall-E.
being alone is different than being lonely, man. And like, on his birthday, he probably feels lonely and not just alone.
Maybe
Yeah.
the aliens are around him.
You don't know that,
I
man.
don't think they're on Mars.
You don't know that either.
We probably. I think the rover would have caught him by now.
Maybe not.
Well, they're clearly not hanging out with him on his birthday because he would have fucking seen him.
I gotta wipe these tears. Anything else, Jack?
Yeah. How old were you when you discovered the tongue rests on the upper part of your mouth and not the bottom?
No.
I don't remember when I figured that out, but I did know that.
You did know that? I knew that. Isn't that weird?
My tongue doesn't rest. It's always training. But when I go down,
No rest days on for Scott's tongue.
It's always
I'm just in here
lifting
like,
weights.
think about it later.
Oh, shivers. This one's short and sweet. Your bones are wet.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're covered in
sense.
blood, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, and then this one's a fun one for you. I don't know if you ended up deciding if you're going on the cruise with Jake and Tara.
I haven't decided.
Well, cruise liners all have a morgue for all the passengers that inevitably die each
I've
trip.
heard that.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to yawn. That wasn't a boring fact, but old people die and they go on cruises. So
That's what I was going to
Not
say.
necessarily old people, though.
not necessarily, but I think that's probably more what it's
Right.
for, is for the people who are like, I'm going to go on a cruise and I'm 85.
Oh, it says underneath, for lines that carry older customers, it's estimated that the cruises have 3 deaths per week.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
I mean, I don't know why I laughed. That's sad. But like, also, it's just part of life.
Yeah.
You get old and you die.
Good way to go on the cruise.
Hey, you can get bed bugs from movie theater seats.
That's why I don't go to the movies. Just kidding, I go to the movies.
72% of shopping carts contain fecal bacteria.
Damn.
Why? Because babies sit in them, and
I think babies is the forefront of
I feel like
causing
there's
the
probably
fecal matter.
matter all over your hands just from touching shit.
Oh yeah, money too, but 72% seems high.
Oh,
It's-
72%? Damn.
Wait, 72% of shopping carts?
Yeah,
That's really high.
That doesn't seem that high, actually. I feel like
What?
I feel like every shopping cart, unless it's brand new, is gonna have a little bit of fucking
that's
poop
probably
Yeah.
particles on it.
That's true. I guess
28%.
they're not like regularly cleaned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's why they have sanitizer wipes at a lot of grocery stores, so you can wipe down that handle.
True.
Yeah.
It's there's some nasty
Should be like
shit
a
out
car
there.
wash. Should be like a car wash for those.
Dude,
Should.
start it up. Go on Shark Tank.
Dude.
They'll love it.
It's a good idea.
Dude, they just got a little sanitizer rinse that they have to push the carts through.
Yeah. And it's car wash, but you just add a tea
Cart
at the end.
Cart wash.
Wow.
Ooh.
Don't put this in the episode. I'm gonna take that idea.
All right.
Dude, that's
Yeah, we don't want someone stealing.
That's
yeah,
$1 million.
You guys can't have that one.
$1 million invention for a really, really expensive grocery store.
$1 million. Not a lot.
Okay, maybe 1,000.
You're doing like 100,000 in sales for 10 years that you get $1 million.
I don't expect him to see the whole thing through. I expect him to sell the idea.
Well,
Hopefully you have 100% stakes in the company.
What do you? We were all here. This is like a song, all right?
Oh,
if
so
you're
we
in
get-
the room, if you're in the room, you get a
All right, so
percentage.
33%. So you're getting $333,000 for this
Don't
$1
forget
million idea.
don't forget the
from the splits.
$333.33.
Yeah. Plus after taxes, dude,
That's
you're getting
worth
like $200K.
hey,
Not bad.
not bad at all.
All right, last one. Another more sad one. Many pets die because their owner dies unexpectedly and no one comes to check on them in time.
Oh yeah.
Little puppy, their owner just dies. What are they supposed to do? How are they supposed to get their food?
I don't know.
They
grow
just slowly
thumbs.
die. Grow thumbs.
Grow thumbs.
Get
Yeah.
into the bag of food, rip it open,
What if it's in a cabinet, bro? They can't
get
open a
into
cabinet.
the cabinet.
They need
Have you s-
opposable thumb.
Have you seen Jason's dog? It fucking ripped the bricks off of my fucking backyard.
What?
I went to Jason's house the other day, and the fucking dog had chewed up like the entire corner of his walls. Like it just like was like gone. It ripped like baseboards off. Like it.
Damn.
That dog is crazy, brother.
Crazy.
Anyway, guys, I think that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. If you're listening, please give us a review. We're doing a little battle between Spotify and Apple to see who can get the most reviews first. And what's in the lead right now, Jack?
Spotify's at like 125. Apple Music is at like 88.
Oof.
Spotify's
Apple Music not even breaking
Spotify's clutching
100.
getting the lead by a lot. Exponential
Damn.
reviews.
That's like me in the dishwashing challenge at my house.
Yeah, when we have Jack on, I want to ask her about that.
Yeah.
She's done the dishes once.
I asked her today. I was like, Jack, you're slacking on that. Like, you're not even in the running anymore hardly. And she's like, yeah, well, I don't really use a lot of dishes. I go, well, that's like not the point. Like, to see who does the dishes.
Well, you see, I fucked up because I didn't make a prize. But the prize was supposed to be just mostly for me because I feel like I do a lot around the house. I do a lot of providing around the house.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just want people to help out. So if I set up this competition-based thing, like maybe they'll look at this and be like, oh, I haven't done the dishes. I should do them, you know?
We'll have an intervention when Jack's on. Really grill her.
Oh, yeah.
But honestly, Jack's winning. She only did the dishes once.
Yeah.
Personally, winning.
Personally winning, yeah.
But as a unit,
Failing.
failing.
She's ruining the whole team. I got 10 tallies. Jay's got 6 or 7. But yeah, that's the end of the episode, guys. I don't know. We said the end already, and then we went into a whole tangent on
Little
dishwashing.
Bonus
Ooh,
dishwashing.
cut that out for
segment.
the Patreon only episode.
Patreon only
3 minutes.
dishwashing episode. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, comment, leave a review if you're listening, and we'll see you next time on the NGMI podcast.
Yeah.
We got Jack, we got Kevin,
Yeah.
and we got Scott.
Yeah.
NGMI
Out.